as promised at 9:06, we want to take you live to St. John Parish, where local leaders are giving an update on recovery efforts there. Let's listen in.
Pontchartrain Levee District is represented, our EOC, FEMA is represented. We have a lot of resources on the ground right now, so I thank everyone for being here with us today. I'll give a quick update. I'll allow the sheriff to give a quick update, and then we'll have some questions at that moment. Right now, communications are still very limited. I'd like the public to know, and even for media to know, we're still struggling through those challenges. As I've said before, our backup systems failed and the backups to the backups failed. And so we have been severely limited with communication. It has gotten better, but we are sometimes unable to communicate as quickly as we would like to. We have already set up distribution sites for water, ice, and MREs. We had 2 sites open yesterday, 72 hours after a Cat 4 storm hit St. John. So we are really doing well. However, we know there is so much more to do. Those sites are open, one on the East Bank at Regala Gymnasium, and the other one is at the Wallace Fire Station. Yesterday, we had 1,000 setups of water, ice, and MREs distributed, and on the West Bank, there were 300. Also, FEMA assistance is available right now. Please register at disasterassistance.gov or call 1-800-621-3362. FEMA is also going to be mobilizing teams to go into the neighborhoods, because we know just as we are challenged from a communication perspective, so are our residents who don't have electricity. Another question, water. Some of our residents have seen water be restored and then they lost it. And when I say restored, I mean a slow trickle. As we begin to build pressure in our water systems, we are finding leaks that we knew would be there with a storm like this. And so you may get a trickle, it goes down. Our last report was that we did have better water pressure on the West Bank. There were a little bit water pressure in Reserve and Garyville. Some areas don't have it. In LaPlace, once they restored a little bit of that system, the leaks were found. We have 2 additional motors at some of our bigger facilities to help us get that back online. But I want to be very honest and frank about this. Electricity, every substation, every transmission unit, every piece of critical infrastructure as it relates to electricity has been damaged in St. John. And so it will be a lengthy amount of time before we can get that restored. Our water systems, the same thing. We are slowly getting them restored, but as water comes through and leaks are identified, we may continue to lose water in and out. We have our fire department and National Guard here and other first responders going into neighborhoods to distribute water, and we will continue to ramp up those resources because we know right now the need is greater than our availability. As far as roads, all of our interstate systems are open. Highway 51 on and off ramps remain closed. We still have a curfew in place from 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. We are receiving a lot of calls from residents that want to know, can they just come in to check on their homes at any point? Absolutely. We're not closed, and especially we're not closed to our residents. Please come and do those assessments. The curfew is in place, one, because there are still many low power lines throughout the parish. So if you're traveling at night especially, and there's a low power line, we don't want anyone to get injured just traveling at night. It's very dark. And secondly, and the sheriff will get into that, we want to make sure that we protect people's homes as much as possible from any individuals with bad intentions. Contractor fraud, we know, is going to be at an all-time high. We're already seeing some of the scams come up. People are receiving messages saying, you know, this is FEMA, we're going to process a gift card or anything like that. We just need your social security number. That's a scam. FEMA will not ask you through a text message for your social security number. If you get any type of email or text that looks suspicious, it probably is. Same thing with contractors. Please make sure that the contractor you are dealing with is licensed. Take pictures of license plates, licenses, anything that you can, so that you don't get scammed. Unfortunately, in an emergency, people take advantage of individuals in an emergency. So we want to make sure that our residents are on high alert. And I'll let Sheriff talk a little bit about that, and then we'll come back and open it for questions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Start off with a little bit of bad news. We had a person last night who we found him deceased this morning. We don't have the immediate cause of death, but as of this time, it appears to be because of a generator. He had it outside of his window, but somehow it appears the fumes may have gone into his bedroom while he was asleep. I'm asking residents to follow all safety precautions when it comes to emergency generators. Everybody's trying to get them, but after many, many storms, a lot of deaths happen because of generators. To now on to more positive things, I want to thank all of the law enforcement agencies, the Louisiana Sheriff's Office Task Force, for coming out and help us right now. My troops were exhausted and depleted. They have come in here and given us great amount of presence. I want to thank the Louisiana State Police for coming out here too. Colonel Davis has been extraordinarily helpful. And now I'm going to get into another phase of having outside law enforcement agencies from across the country come in and help us maintain a presence. We caught 3 looters. They're in our jail right now. I heard they had looters caught in another parish. The bond was set, I'm hearing, at $1 million. In St. John Parish, the bond was at $25,000. My magistrate, my judges, $25,000 for some criminals who are trying to take advantage of citizens at their lowest points. Their bonds need to be higher. I wish I could set those bonds. They'll be in there till Christmas. But I need help on keeping them in jail and send a message. You're taking advantage of people at a time when they're suffering. That we got to send a message. So I'm going to maintain and increase efforts of visibility, deterrency, whatever I have to do to keep my people, citizens who have evacuated. We're going to do our very best to protect your home and your assets. Looting is anticipated and expected. I know it's not accepted, but it's just something that we have to deal with. So, residents, you see something suspicious, call 911. Y'all been doing a good job out there. Watch each other's back. We had one person last night that thought he was a looter. It was a homeowner at night with a flashlight. We don't mind that, but we're going to come out and check it. So we're going to continue with the presence. We're going to continue working hard. St. John residents, again, if you're evacuated, come in, get your things like the president said, and try to go back where you were, where you got comfort. If you're going to come out here, you're going to rough it. The gas lines are extremely long. We've had many fights, and I anticipate more of that today. So the parish president and her team has been asking the gas stations to try to limit a person who is trying to come here and load up your car, but you can't load up 25 plastic containers in the back of your truck with a big old drum to try to get fuel. The other motorists are getting antsy, seeing you take more fuel than you probably need. So we're asking everybody, look, be courteous of everybody. We're in this together. The fights, you don't want to come and stay with me, okay? But I'm not here to arrest anybody, especially people that need help. I'm looking for the other people that's here to hurt us. So with that, I'll be around. Everybody needs to talk to me after this about the looters. I want to give you pictures. I want to help you. I want you to help me media make them famous, all right? I'm going to give you pictures of them and all the information as soon as this press conference is over. Thank you all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Congressman, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, I'm Congressman Troy Carter. We're just here to demonstrate the full faith and credit of the federal government. The president has hit the deck hard, signed the declaration early. Federal dollars are flowing. We know that there are a lot of people throughout the state that are really hurting, and we're desperately trying to get resources to them. We know gasoline lines are long. We're working desperately to get more fuel into the state to make sure that people have access to fuel for their vehicles or fuel for their generators. But as the sheriff indicated, you've got to be very, very careful with generators. Carbon monoxide poisoning is quite common if they're not done properly. They should be outside with all fumes going out, nothing allowed to come back inside. We also want to emphasize to people, I know it's hot, and we know the month of August is horrible, and now the beginning of September. We are desperately working with Entergy to get power restored. Go outside, sit in your backyards, try to avoid being in the heat. But right now, unless you have a direct plan, we're asking people to the safest place is to stay in your communities. There are power lines that are down, and although transmission is not going into your homes, some of those power lines could be live and could be very, very dangerous. There's still standing water in some areas, and we ask that everyone be vigilant and remain careful. The President of the United States will be in Louisiana tomorrow to see firsthand the devastation, and that's demonstrative of what the President has said. His commitment is not only to build back, but to build back better. Let's make sure that we stand tight, stand strong, take care of each other. In Louisiana, we will get through this.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, Congressman, and thank you, Sheriff. And he's right, the President will be here tomorrow, and not only in our region, but right here in St. John Parish. We were one of the hardest hit communities of our entire region with rain, storm surge, and wind, so we had destruction on all three levels. Both our President and our Governor have called this one of America's great disasters. But with prayers and unity, and you see us all unified, there is nothing that we can't collectively get through. Let me assure you that every decision that was made was not in isolation, but at the